Hello, and welcome back to Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. I'm your host, Jeremus. Well, during the winter of 1132, the Calradic Empire enters into wars with all of the Barbarian rebels, including the substantial rebellion down in the Aserai territory. The Emperor has decided to wait inside of Sargot for a time to spend time with his family. Additionally, he has purchased the towns of Charas, Unsenk, Thraktore, and Sargot from the Harfit clan. Should the Emperor wish for more influence, he will begin his little journey about here, though it will not likely happen until his wife gives him another child or becomes pregnant. Additionally, one of the Emperor's long-standing companions has died. Kara the Shieldmaiden died at the age of 56 of natural causes. She was reputed to be honourable but stiff-necked and cruel. The Emperor has chosen an adequate replacement, Vidar the Lucky. I'm Claudius. Tell me about yourself.
Certainly. I make no secret of my ambitions. My father sent me off into the world to build our fortune with my sword. This is a common story among the sons of our people. I can use someone like you in my company. Welcome aboard. Here you are. Now, Vidar is a good warrior. He has a lot of tactics. I think you'll make an excellent companion. But while I wait in here, I might as well fight in a tournament. Vidar's also in his 30s, so it'll be some time before he dies of old age. There we go. And I've won the tournament. Anyway, I'll cut away here and come back a bit later. See you then. Okay, I'm back. Well, Gandarina's gotten pregnant again, so I'm going to go back to farming influence, I suppose. Instead of the last person who... instead of the head of the
Harfit clan, I've gotten Dorian of the Impestores clan, and I'm going to play the same game as I did with this one up here. I'm going to talk to him and do a few things, actually. I have a proposal that may benefit us both. I will give you Usank and Charas. You will give me your money. Well, I'll leave you a little bit. No, I'm going to take it all. I would like to propose an alliance between our families through marriage. I think I'm going to give Claudius's cousin Adinea to a member of his family. I will offer the hand of my cousin Adinea. You have Tynops, a good imperial man. Well, yes, we are looking for a suitable marriage for Tynops. Ah, very good. Perhaps I should have handed over the... Because I'm nice, I will give you... 100,000. I have plenty of money to throw around. 100,000 means nothing. Anyway, I'll go back into Usank here and deposit the soldiers I've taken. Donate troops to the garrison. I've emptied all 4 castles, though some passing lords may take the opportunity to throw more soldiers in. And they can have all those. Except for the 100 or so I'm going to take back. Okay, still need a few more. There. I get a little more influence. And I'll do the same down at Charas and then switch the castles around. Anyway, I will come back to you all a bit later. See you then. During the spring of 1133, Emperor Claudius has garnered enough influence to banish the Harfit clan, which he does immediately. Like many rulers, the Emperor is very tight-fisted and reluctant to let go of power. He proposes the expulsion of the Harfit clan, and the Emperor is influential enough to do just that. The Emperor shall now gather more influence to expel those nobles who are undesirable. Anyway, I shall come back to you a bit later. See you then. Ah, there you are, my friend. During the summer of 1133, one of Emperor Claudius's captains dies in the field. One by the name of Gala the Wronged. She apparently dies of natural causes at the age of 59. Although the Emperor is very prickly about who should be within his aristocracy, only imperial nobles for the most part, the Emperor makes no distinction between his cares not who serves as foot soldiers in his army or as caravan masters or captains or commanders of his troops, so long as he has ultimate authority over them. Inside of the town of Sargot, Gala's replacement was thoroughly debated. The three main contenders were Hurunag Ayanai, Rina the Wanderer, and Hikhara the She-Wolf. Hikhara proved to have better martial prowess than the previous two, although the previous two had better scouting skills. Hikhara, however, was younger than the other two, and the Emperor decided to hire her. Your Highness, I offer you my loyalty.
My name is Claudius. Tell me about yourself.
Oh yes, I do indeed have a story to tell you. Slavers took me when I was a girl. The Empire had legends of warrior women out in the deep steppe, and when I was sold, they claimed I was one of these, to fight other slaves, to entertain them by making their legends come true. Well, perhaps there is something to those old legends, because I did very well for myself, and made my master very rich. Imperial law now decrees that men are not allowed to kill in the arena. But no one pries into what happens at the private entertainments of the rich. And over a score of my fellow slaves must have felt my blade in their chest. I feel no guilt. They were trying to kill me, and some came very close. I did what I needed to.
Yes, I suppose you did. What you had to do.
There's not much more to say. My master was a sadistic animal, but he let me keep my winnings, and eventually buy my freedom. I think he may also have realized that, eventually, had he kept me against my will, he'd have ended up with a severed neck vein. So here I am, looking to make a living through the only means I know. Shedding other people's blood. Got work? If you have work for me, we could discuss it.
Oh yes, I could use someone like you in my company.
Great. Going to need some money in advance, though. 1900.
Well, here you are, madam. I think you're well worth it.
Yes, Your Highness.
Well, let's see how well you do in the tournament. Let's fight in the arena. I've never hired the she-wolf before, or a she-wolf. Zimena. I'm still qualified. Let's fight again, Zimena. I timed that poorly. Fortunately, it's a 4 against 4 match. Now, Hikhara the She-Wolf. Let's see how you compare. Not bad. You landed a good hit. I'll be pleased to take you in my company. Additionally, I've gained enough influence that I might banish one of my treasonous lords. I think I'll do just that. Who to banish? Jaculan. Blandians. She's Imperial. Also Imperial. Imperial. Blandian. Imperial. Now, there's a large propensity of Imperials in these ranks. In this particular family. But there's many non-Imperials as well. This one has many castles in my realm. I think I'll get rid of this one. The Ostikos clan. The leader's Imperial. No, there's someone more muddied in the bloodline I'm sure I can throw away. The Isyaroving clan. Yes. Many sturgeons. She is Imperial. But so many more are not. Yes, this clan. The Isyaroving. I shall expel them. It is done. Now I suppose I'll change over the fiefs and these two fiefs for these two fiefs and get some new armor for my new companion. Anyway, I will see you later.
Just after the tournament at Sargot, the Emperor receives word that his wife, Gandarina, has given birth to a child. A boy by the name of Encurion. The Emperor was most thrilled by the birth of his second son. In any event, I have more documents to look over, so I shall see you a bit later, my friend. See you then. Ah, there you are, my friend. I forgot to mention earlier that the rebellion around Askar ended some time before the birth of Emperor Claudius' second son. Additionally, one of Emperor Claudius' companions, Safiya the Spice vendor, died during that same winter at the age of 59. The Emperor now has to choose who shall replace her. After much consideration, the Emperor decides to replace his recently deceased companion with Borytor Frostbeard.
Tell me about yourself. I'll tell you, but I don't know why you'd be interested. I'm a trapper, a hunter. Used to be I could make good living through furs, but with all these bandits about, I'd rather be part of an army, I think. Spent my whole life in the woods, and I reckon I could do well as a scout. Well, I could use you. You're hired.
Additionally, the Emperor has increased his influence enough that he decides to banish one of his lords. In the end, he decides to relieve the De Gelind clan of their castles. As with all decisions the Emperor made of expelling lords during the Great Purge, this was very much out of favour with the other nobles. But the Emperor had the power to do so, and so he did. According to the journal of the Emperor's sister, Luvina, the Emperor's motivations for expelling many of his vassals from the peerage were purely based on race. A failing of many a leader. In any event, I have more documents to look over, so I shall come back to you a bit later. See you then. Welcome back, my friend. I've been looking over the Imperial documents, and in the spring of 1134, Gandarina dies in childbirth. She gives birth to Emperor Claudius' third son, Tynops, a boy. While the Emperor is pleased to have received a third son, he is somewhat distraught over the death of his second wife. However, the Emperor plans to remarry shortly afterwards. The Imperial line must continue, and the more children the Emperor has, he believes the more secure his dynasty will be. In any event, I've more documents to look over, so I shall see you a bit later. See you then. As the Emperor searches for a new woman who would be his wife, he happens upon a young lady named Ariada of the Avlonos clan inside of Pencanok. Your Highness, it is my great honour to introduce myself to you.
Yes, please go on.
I am Ariada of the Avlonos clan. Our family has served the Empire for generations. It goes without saying that you have my allegiance.
Indeed. There is something I'd like to discuss with you. My lady, I wish to profess myself as your most ardent admirer.
Ah, yes. We are considering offers. Do you have someone in mind?
I wish to offer my hand in marriage to you, Ariada.
Yes. We should, discuss this. We meet from time to time, as is the custom, to see if we are right for each other. I hope to see you again soon. Your Highness?
I'm so glad we've had a chance to spend some time together.
Yes, it is good to have a chance to get to know each other. They say you've travelled quite widely. Tell me a bit about your journeys.
I feel lucky to live in a time where a valiant warrior can make a name for himself.
Yes, you might be correct. Between your followers, your rivals, and your enemies, you must have met a lot of interesting people.
I'm just honoured to have fought alongside comrades who thought nothing of shedding their blood to keep me alive.
I see. Some people say you will go far. Suppose you were to rise to a position of power, what would you do?
I hope I can bring peace to this land and justice, and alleviate the people's suffering.
I see. Well, it seems we have a fair amount in common. Perhaps we can talk more when we meet again.
Anyway, I'll cut away here and come back in about a day when I have a chance to talk to her again. See you then. Okay, it's been a day later. Now let's talk to Ariada.
Your Highness, such a delight to see you.
Perhaps we should discuss the future together.
Yes, well, I've been thinking about that. I need a partner whom I can trust.
Those who are loyal to me, I am loyal to them.
I'm happy to hear that. I think you should try to win my family's approval.
I can only hope that if they come to know my loyalty, they will come to accept me.
I'm happy to hear that. Yes, I think I would be honoured to accept your proposal. Artemendros is the head of our family, and needs to give the blessing. Of course, there are financial arrangements to be made.
Now, I made sure not to fight in the tournament, because if I won the tournament and waited a day, she would have disappeared and gone somewhere else. Anyway, I'll cut away here and come back once I've found the head of her family. See you then. Eventually, in the spring of 1134, the Emperor summons Artemendros to settle the final marriage arrangements between himself and his soon-to-be new wife. Your Highness, I await your orders. I wish to discuss the final terms of my marriage with Ariada. Very well then. In exchange for Ariada, I shall give you Thractore and Sargot. You'll give me this. And your Imperial charges. And it's done. Now that that's done, I'll throw some more troops in here, increase my influence, and then exchange Sargot and Thractore for Usank and Charas. Anyway, I'll come back to you a bit later. See you then.
Ah, there you are, my friend. During the summer of 1134, the Emperor's latest wife, Ariada, has become pregnant. Additionally, the Emperor decides to expel yet another clan from the Calradic Empire. The clan in question happens to be the Tigrit clan, a Kuzite clan. And as a result, the Emperor expels this particular clan from the Empire. In any event, I've more documents to look over. I do hope you've enjoyed this particular video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I shall see you next time. But before that, let us enjoy the tournament at Sargot. The event known as the Great Purge has kept the Emperor quite busy. He's made no real attempt to execute any of the rebel leaders in the field as yet. Or lately. He feels that he must purge the imperial aristocracy of potential traitors. Although he is purging the Empire of certain barbarian lords who may betray the Empire at some point, the Emperor is largely neglecting those lords of imperial descent who are displeased with his rule. Which will likely spell trouble for the Emperor down the road. I should also mention that I've been upgrading. That whenever the issue of my children's education comes up, I've been ensuring that they learn things like martial skills, polearm, one-handed, two-handed. I found that with many of the companions that support Emperor Claudius in his family, many don't fight in tournaments. I think if I increase the skills of my children in martial combat, they'll likely participate in tournaments when they finally reach adulthood. Anyway, that's my plan for raising children currently. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. See you then.